Let's look at this question. Exactly 6 teams, A through F, participated in a hockey tournament in which each team played against each of the other teams exactly once. Okay. No match ended in a draw, and in each match, the winning team scored exactly one goal more than the losing team. Okay. The following table provides the number of goals scored by, goals for, and the number of goals scored against GA each team. Okay. And then you have this table. When you look at this table, can you see the number of wins? For every win you get +1, and for every loss you get -1. The goal difference that you are getting, is equivalent to, say, if you had A wins here and B wins here, A minus B is equal to -1. And you also know for every case A plus B is equal to 5. A minus B is equal to -1 and A plus B is equal to 5 because everybody has played 5 matches only. Therefore, can you come up to the conclusion 2A is equal to 4 or A is equal to 2? So for A, team A, the number of wins would be nothing but 2 and the number of losses would be nothing but 3. In the same vein, if you see the goal difference for B is -5, the only way this works is B has 0 wins and 5 losses. In each of the 5 matches that it has lost by a margin of -1. For C, the goal difference is 1. So the number of wins will be 3 and number of losses will be 2. For D, because the goal difference is 5, it would have 5 wins and 0 losses. For E, because the goal difference is -3, it would have won 1 match and lost 4 matches. For F, because the goal difference is 3, it would have won 4 matches and lost 1 match. Just in order to ensure that what we have done is correct, also add up the numbers in the win column total. 2 plus 3, 5, 5 plus 5, 10, 5 plus 5, 15. You get a total of 15 here. And given that there were 6 teams, total number of matches should be 62, which is nothing but 6 into 5 by 2, also equal to 15. So what we have created here is definitely correct. Now let's also look at the individual matches, what the outcomes would have been. The individual matches listing, let's do AB, AC, AD, AE and AF. These are the 5 matches for A. For B, the 5 matches would be BC, BD, BE and BF. For C, the 5 matches would be CD, CE and CF. For D, we would go to DE, DF, and then finally we would have EF. Notice how I have created a half the table. You can also go ahead and create the standard form people do is ABCDEF here, ABCDEF here. I like creating table this way because this gives me precise count of matches that I'm going to take care of. Okay. Now, when you're trying to look at the outcomes here, the best case to look at is extreme cases. Look at B and look at D. D is losing all its matches. So A1 here, C1 here, D1 here, E1 here, and F1 here. All the teams that are winning their match, I am denoting it by a tick. Because B is losing all its matches, we can record that. Now come to D, because D won all its matches. Let me also record that. D, 3 matches here and 2 matches here. So far we have results of 9 matches. 5 matches from B, 5 matches from D, 1 would be a common match to them. Therefore, we have results for 9 matches. We have taken care of B and D, all the matches involving B and D. Again, look at among the remaining options, look at the extreme cases. The extreme cases are E and F. Let's look at F. He is supposed to lose 1 match and he has already lost to D. F is supposed to lose 1 match and he has already lost to D. So in the remaining matches, he will definitely win. So there are 4 matches in which F is winning, 1 match in which he is losing. Done. F's work is done. Let's look at E. E is supposed to win 1 match and lose 4 matches. He has already won 1 match against B here. Against B, he has won 1 match. So in all the other matches, he will lose. So he wins he loses here, he loses here, and he's already losing to, sorry, he's already winning against E. He's losing to F, he's losing to D, he's losing to C, and he's losing to A. We've taken care of all the matches except this one here, A versus C. Let's look at A's condition right now. He's supposed to win 2 matches and lose 3 matches. He has won against A, he has won against E, he has lost against D, he has lost against F. He's supposed to lose 1 more match. So C will win this match. And now for all 15 matches, we know the precise outcomes. Let's get to individual questions. Against which of the following teams did C win a match? C wins a match. He won against A, he won against B, and he won against E. A, B, and E. If one of the 3 options exists, yes, E exists. Therefore, option B, answer to question number 1. Question number 2. If the number of goals scored by D in any match were distinct, what is the maximum number of goals any team would have scored against D? Look at the number of goals scored by D. If the scores by him in every match are distinct, it can only be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's winning all matches, so he will score positive number of goals. And sum of first 5 natural numbers is 15 itself. So he has scored 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And thereby his opponents would score 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. If the number of goals scored by D in any match was distinct, what is the maximum number of goals any team would have scored against D? It would be this match, and the maximum number of goals scored by an opponent of D would be D4. Let's look at question 3. Against which of the following teams did F lose a match? F was losing only 1 match, and he was losing it against D. F was losing his match against D. D is not in the options, therefore the answer should be D, none of the above. Then let's look at the last question. What is the maximum number of goals that A could have scored in the match against C? Okay, let's look at A versus C. What is the maximum number of goals A could have scored? The people in our consideration are A and C. If A is supposed to win against B, best case scenario would be A scoring few in this match so that he has left over more for this match. So he wins 1-0 here. A is losing to D here, so let him lose 0-1 here. I should not write it here. Let me write it on top. 1-0 here, 0-1 here, and A against E. Let it be 1-0 again. And A versus F. Let it be 0-1 again. In such a case, A is supposed to score 14 goals. He has scored 1 goal here. He has scored 1 goal here. 0 goals here. 0 goals here. A would end up scoring 12 goals here, and thereby, because C is winning, C would score 13 goals. But the problem is, C is scoring a total of 13 goals. So this outcome is going to be impossible. You cannot have a 12-13 match for A versus C. So let me remove that and let me work with the constraints for C then. Let's look at C. Let me erase this score from the bottom. Let's look at C. Because I want A to score maximum number of goals, I would also want C to score maximum number of goals in this match. So in the other matches, A should score minimum. So when he is winning against B, let the score of that match be 1-0. When he is losing against D, let the score of that match be 0-1. When he is winning against E, let the score of this match be 1-0. And when he is losing against F, let the score of that match be 0-1. Now see, C has scored 1 goal here and 1 goal here. He has scored a total of 2 goals. And in the matches against D and F, he has scored 0 goals. So the maximum goals that F can score in this match is 11. Thereby the maximum goals that A can score in this match is 10. Therefore the answer to question number 4, the maximum number of goals that A could have scored in the match against C will be 10. Because C is a stronger constraint, if I go by the condition of A, the number of goals scored by C would turn out to be 13 and all the other matches would become impossible. Fairly straightforward question. Identifying this in the beginning, wins is +1 and losses is -1. This will enable you to solve this question very, very quickly.